That's Nick.
And that's Joseph. And today we're here to talk about Lightyear, the Disney Pixar event, which will be released June 17th, 2022. It is directed by Angus MacLane, who was previously the co-director on Finding Dory with Andrew Stanton, who serves as executive producer on this. MacLane also has worked in the animation department on many of our most contemporary, beloved animated films, including WALL-E and The Incredibles.
So this is the first film that this director has done on their own.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Technically a debut, I suppose.
I thought this movie was excellent.
Yeah, I highly enjoyed this film, and
Yes.
also went in not expecting much. And that's just to say, Toy Story is not really my bag. I've seen the first film back when I was a kid in 1995, and I haven't seen the three subsequent sequels.
I think I've only seen like 1 and 3 maybe. I expected this to be good because it's Pixar.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I was crying. I was laughing. I can just go through the basic story. Okay. The opening of this film says, like, in 1995, there was a toy based on a movie, and this is that movie.
About Buzz Lightyear.
About Buzz Lightyear. So he's a space ranger.
Mm-hmm. And he's 4.2 billion light years from Earth, I believe.
So we see him on a ship with his crew, and they're going to some planet to research something when they are attacked by the indigenous creature. Is like this like vine. It's almost like Tremors, but like
these insidious vines.
Yeah. They attack the ship, so of course the crew tries to leave, and in the process, Buzz Lightyear, who is commandeering this ship, crashes it.
He miscalculates.
He miscalculates something, and the power source, which is like these crystals, breaks. Mm-hmm. And they need that power source to be able to hit like hyperspeed. Okay. So this crew of people are obviously very smart and will persevere, so they decide they're going to try to make a new power source. And they do. But it has to be tested. So we get a montage of Buzz Lightyear being the person who's going to test it. And what the testing involves is he gets into a spaceship and he has to do this route that we're told takes 4 minutes. Mm-hmm. Like around a sun or something.
That goes through these 3 rings.
Three rings. And then the computer system, like the onboard system, is telling him like when he hits the speed and if the power source is stable. And it keeps failing. But after the first time it fails, when he gets back home to this planet they're stranded on, everyone has aged like 4 years. Mm-hmm. So this montage is Buzz Lightyear, but Buzz Lightyear has only aged 4 minutes. So
he's hitting time dilation, I believe they call it. Right?
Yeah. So he keeps trying and it keeps failing, but every time he does it, everyone's getting older. It's important to know that his best friend, the person that he went on the original mission with, is a character voiced by Aduba.
Commander Hawthorne. She's in charge.
She's in charge, yeah. We see her, she's the main one we focus on, and we see her getting older, getting married, having a baby. Obviously, it gets to a point where she dies, and Buzz Lightyear still hasn't successfully navigated that power source. But when he first gets back, he's given like a pet robot cat.
Named Socks.
There was so much about this movie I love, but maybe Socks is my favorite part of the movie.
Socks is an excellent character. Yes. This robot feline.
Oh, it's so good. When he first meets Socks, Socks is being very like, I need to help you. That's what I'm here for. And Buzz Lightyear says, girl, why don't you calculate this fuel while I go off and do my thing? So after all these missions...
the formula for the crystal.
The formula for the crystal power source. After all, like 62 years have passed, and Uzo's character's dead, and there's a new person in charge, and that man says, oh, we're done.
Commander Burnside.
We've decided we're just going to stay here, because now their population has grown, they've made a nice life here, so we're not going to keep doing this. But that damn cat says, oh, I figured it out. Like I cracked the code. So Buzz Lightyear steals a spaceship, and sure enough, that cat was right. So now, when he comes back, he's like, we have to save everyone. We have to get to the ship. But he can't because there's this like alien force called
Zurg.
These
robots
that have like a master robot that are holding this population hostage.
They're trapped underneath this this dome, this laser shield.
This like laser shield
for themselves.
So Buzz Lightyear, he ends up meeting the granddaughter of Uzo's character, who's voiced by Keke Palmer.
Izzy. Mm-hmm. And you didn't say who's voicing Buzz.
I swear to you, you were like, oh, you didn't want to tell me who it was.
Because I thought it might color you.
Because you thought that I would get it as soon as I heard him. Child, I watched that full movie and could not tell you who voiced Buzz Lightyear, but apparently it's Chris Evans.
Yeah.
I really like that character a lot.
I did too, but I went in because I don't really like Chris Evans, so I thought that would make me feel a certain way. But no, I think it's actually really great voice work from everybody.
I like his brother less. Anyway.
True.
So Buzz Lightyear has to defeat this Zurg alien ship, and he bumps into Izzy out in like the woods, and she has like 2 other misfits with her. But initially, Buzz Lightyear he understands that they're also like Space Rangers, but they're not. Like they don't know how to do anything.
Darby and Morrison.
Oh god, those characters were so cute, especially Darby, because Darby's like an old lady.
Yeah, an old convict.
like an old convict. She's so great. But they attempt to take down this ship and they're not successful. They end up getting access to the spaceship, and the gag is the master of these robots is actually an alternate version of Buzz Lightyear. I'm going to give this movie an excellent score, but the one thing that confused me was this component. We're made to understand that Buzz Lightyear... I don't understand how we have an alternate version of Buzz Lightyear, but this alternate version traveled at hyperspeed for so long that he went forward like centuries.
Well, because the mechanism in the montage that we get is that he's always coming back. So one of those versions of him didn't come back?
Yeah, it wasn't clear to me.
Sure. It's not like Nacho Vigalando's Time Crimes.
Right. I do remember. That's where they wear the sacks with the blood. Yeah. Okay. So this alternate version of Buzz Lightyear is like a villain. He's like the villain. And because he went so far in the future, he found this technology that allows him to time travel. So he's back with all these high-tech robots and this time travel machine, and he wants to go back in time to prevent this ship from crashing so all of the original crew can go back and live the lives they were supposed to live. But of course, Buzz Lightyear, who also would have wanted that, in the process of being with Izzy and Darby and
Mo,
realizes that these descendants of the original crew, they've made a beautiful life on this planet and they've been happy. So
the only one that hasn't lived in it is Buzz.
And then he realized the only person who hasn't been happy is him, so he doesn't want to take that away from these people. So he has to stop his alternate version, and he does.
He has to combat himself.
He combats himself and he destroys him. So the end of the film is these people are free from being restricted by these robots, and Buzz Lightyear is made a Space Ranger again. And the general or the commander tells him, these are my best men and women. Like, you have your pick of the litter to create your own Space Ranger crew. And he says, oh, I already got my crew. And he picks his little 3 misfits, which of course is very heartwarming.
Yes.
The end. Yeah. I don't have a lot of notes because I was really engaged. And there were too many things that I liked that I just stopped writing them down.
It is pretty much a joy from start to finish, but it really kicks into gear when Socks
Oh my god, that damn cat. That cat needs its own little TV show. Okay, so in the beginning, when Buzz Lightyear and Uzo's character, Commander Hawthorne,
Alisha,
get to the planet, she's like, oh, we have a rookie here and you need to train him. And Buzz Lightyear is like, no. He's being all stubborn in a really cute way. And he's like, no. And I don't want to look at him because he's going to make sad eyes at me. And then Commander Hawthorne's like, look at him. And then when he does, he has like these really cute, sad eyes. I thought that was really cute. Okay. Something that I was a little confused by is all these trials for the crystal to reach hyperspeed and be stable. Oh, because there's an onboard like autopilot called I.V.A.N, which is
I.V.A.N?
No, it's I.V.A.N.
Is it I.V.A.N?
Yeah. And it's an acronym for something I don't recall.
Something with autopilots, because he hates autopilots.
Yeah, he hates it. I don't understand why they couldn't test the power source on autopilot. Why did a human have to be in there?
I don't know. There are a couple...
That little thing.
Sure, but ultimately it's also technically a movie for kids, so...
Sure. Okay, that cat. There's so many funny things about the cat that I don't even know. Like I couldn't even begin. But when the cat is like trying to calculate something, it spins its head like the Exorcist and it makes these noises like meow 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 beep boop bop beep boop. I don't know, but that took me where I needed to go.
But it also likes cat things. Like it's distracted by a self-induced laser and likes to be pet.
It likes to be pet. And then there's a point where the crew is trapped in like a room and they need to like break down a metal door. And Sock's like, oh, I got it. And it's like he's coughing up a hairball. And then all of a sudden a torch pops out. Oh, initially when Buzz Lightyear is trying to escape to do the final test, he's being chased and Socks shoots a dart out of his mouth like a tranquilizer dart and like incapacitates the person who's about to get Buzz Lightyear. And then Buzz Lightyear is like, wait. Was that for me?
If I got out of line, he goes, I just bought you 5 minutes.
And the cat's like, I just bought you 5 minutes. Girl, go. I thought that was so cute.
The writing, the comic and dramatic writing is so good in this. And, it's a testament to, what really good storytelling and characterization can do for something.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I also got emotional, especially everything involving his relationship with Uzo.
Oh, I was crying, like just tears during the montage when she's aging because it's at that point. Because first when I think it's like his second trip back, he's like, well, what? Because now he realizes everyone's aging. He's like, well, what's new? And she's like, well, I'm engaged.
Mm-hmm. He's like, you're engaged to someone you just met? And he's like, I've known her for 3 years.
And she says her.
Yeah.
So her character's a lesbian. And then the next 4 years, we see her fiance or her wife. And then we see that Uzo's pregnant, Commander Hawthorne. Then we see the baby grow up. And then that baby has a baby, which is Izzy. I got emotional because you could just see how much Buzz Lightyear loved his friend / boss. But child, when that lady was on her deathbed, and we see it because was she already dead? Yeah, she was. Yes. And then we see a hologram version of her talking to him. I mean, I was just like...
Also, when Socks pulls up the corrupted file when he's rebooted and it's her programming the cat for Buzz is also really touching.
Yeah, telling Socks, like, you need to take care of my friend. And, it was so good.
But also the character, Keke Palmer, I think is really good as Izzy as well.
Yes.
And because she suffers from astrophobia.
She wants to be a Space Ranger, but she's afraid of space.
But her and her whole little crew, I just loved. Because, of course, Buzz's catchphrase is to infinity and beyond, which is something he said with Commander Hawthorne, and he tries to do it with Izzy. He's like, that's something I used to do with your grandma. And I think it's Darby goes, damn.
Because she is implying like it was sexual in nature. Yeah. That was funny.
Yeah.
Okay, I.V.A.N, the onboard computer, whenever like they successfully complete something, it busts out confetti.
Yes.
I think that's really cute.
And the robots, the bad robots are called Zurg because that's the only
sound they make. Oh my God. There's a scene later on like with, so 62 years have passed, so he's with Izzy and her crew. They go to a vending machine to get food and they eat like boxed space people food. Mm-hmm. And he gets a sandwich and the sandwich is like, there's an entire bit about how sandwiches in their future are like 2 pieces of meat and then the bread is in the middle, like 1 piece of bread. I thought that was so funny. And then Buzz Lightyear's like, but this is like really wet. And then the one character goes,
Mo.
Oh, juicy fingers? That's the best part. That shit looks so gross.
And then they're like, how long did you... Because they're like, oh, where I come from, the bread was on the outside. And Darby's like, that's too much bread.
Yeah, that sounds dry.
Darby was voiced by Dale Soules and Mo is by Taika Waititi. And, of course, Commander Burnside is Isiah Whitlock Jr. I feel like all of them kind of have their moments.
Yeah. I would definitely recommend this. I would watch it again.
Oh yeah, for sure. It kind of want to make me rewatch. Well, because it's been so long since I've seen Toy Story and haven't seen the sequels. I really would kind of. It made me feel like I probably should go back and watch those.
Well, and I haven't seen most Pixar movies, so I probably should watch those.
Peter Sohn did Socks the cat, and he is a voice in Monsters University and has done a lot of voice work. And I feel like you can tell just everybody's, operating at.
It looks great. It really looks like time was taken to craft the visuals, and just a really good story. What would you give it?
I would give it of interesting. The score was by Michael Giacchino, who also did the score for many films, but recently Jurassic World Dominion, because they'll be in theaters at the same time. But yeah, I definitely would give this 4 out of 5.
I would give it 4 out of 5 as well.
And the theme obviously is how you need to kind of move past your mistakes and let go, and take a part in your own life is what I got from it.
Yeah, but I think even the lesson that even before Buzz Lightyear learns that lesson, I think the integrity he has to try to finish the mission is also a really strong message, like for kids.
Oh yeah, for sure. But also, maybe the confusion is that you go too deep and become warped, which is kind of what he's battling with himself. Well,
yeah, he can't see the forest through the trees.
Right.
He's, and other.
That it's okay to make mistakes, and that you can make lemonade out of lemons, perhaps. But
we're just gonna come up with all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Hit the thanks button. Listen to our podcast. Bye.